So we're now about 3 days into the new presidency, and we're already starting to see things take shape. I think a lot of people are surprised. They didn't think it was going to be this quickly. That's even excluding the group that was like, I didn't think it was going to happen. But we're already seeing people report door-to-door things happening. Granted, we can, maybe look at those and go, those aren't happening. I doubt people would be lying about that, though. The people are telling these stories look to be genuine for it. But this leads to another set of problems that's going to be taking place, because in some of these stories that people are telling, the people coming to the door are not providing identification. They're not providing any evidence that they're with law enforcement. My partner told me that within our own neighborhood here, one of the neighbors that we suspect may be, pro-Trump, who aligns with another pro-Trump neighbor, went to a house in our neighborhood where there are people who are not English speaking and asked them questions. Now, I don't understand Spanish that well. I wish I did. I really need to learn. It is very important. I wish I would have learned sooner. I regret that I have not. But my partner said she overheard them talking, and the one neighbor, the white neighbor, said that he had taken Spanish back in high school but didn't speak too much. But he was asking them questions like, what religion are you? How long have you been here? These neighbors are nice, so they don't know any better, and they answered those questions. I need to get that out to people. I don't know if anybody can translate this or put it where it needs to go, but if you have white neighbors and you're Hispanic and you don't speak very good English, do not answer those questions. Nobody should be asking what your religion is, how long you've been here. None of that. It's not their business. They don't need to know. They should not be asking that. And don't let them get buddy-buddy with you and then also start asking those questions. It is most likely a trap so they can report you. They're going to use a pseudo-friendship, the guise of a friendship, to get information from you so they can report it to get you deported. That's what they're going to do. The people that are doing this kind of thing are miserable people who think that their life will somehow be better, and it won't be. And that's what's happening. So I have not talked to this neighbor because I don't speak Spanish. We don't have the capability here to say much, and I'm also worried that if I were to go say something, it would just upset them, that it would make them angry. They have two young kids. I'm really worried that I work from home, and I'm worried what's going to happen is I'm going to see, vehicles pull up out there, and they're just going to be taken. Not because they've done anything wrong, because somebody perceived something about them. Whether their status is or isn't doesn't matter. It's the fact that there are people actively making decisions based on perceptions. And that is what this country's becoming. That's going to increasingly happen. You're going to have white people who assume they know the status of somebody because they don't speak English. And they're going to have those people deported one way or the other. Those people work jobs. They do pay taxes. There are too many people that don't understand that. You do not understand how immigration works. You do not understand what it is to be an illegal immigrant. You do not understand any of that. You have no idea. You have talking points that have been given to you. You have your head full of thoughts that were given to you by other people, but you don't have original thoughts or ideas or anything. You have none of that. At this point, the only other thing to do is that if, ICE were to show up at that house, is maybe try to interfere and do something, but I don't speak Spanish, so I can't help them because they're most likely going to be afraid and say things they shouldn't say. So I don't know what to do. I don't. To address, because I know this question would come up, why I haven't learned. I have a difficulty learning certain things. It's probably because of me being autistic, that I've tried learning from books. I've tried learning from audio aids. It doesn't work that way for me. It's got to be a hands-on approach. I think the only way I could learn another language is to learn with someone who speaks Spanish, because the conversational portion is what would keep me in. I have tried apps. It doesn't work. It's not the same. The apps don't have the real-time interaction that another human being has. That's the problem. And so that's, I can understand some things, but I can't really speak Spanish at all. I can't speak the language. And I feel bad because there are a number of situations where that would have come in handy. I was, not to make it too long, but I was in a car accident a while back. It was not my fault. I felt bad for the kid. He was underage, had no license. He was not from here. He rear-ended me because he was on his phone. Just because he was at fault does not mean that he deserves everything else that's going to take place because he made a mistake. And I recognize that, but a lot of people do not, unfortunately. And, you know, I just wish I could have made things better in that situation. I tried with Google Translate. Yes, we have these tools, but they're clunky, slow, and it still causes confusion. Even the officer who had a translator, it didn't help that much. It was difficult. Being able to speak the language right there at the time is more beneficial. So I don't know how, but I need to figure out learning how to speak Spanish so that way I can help out more than I am now. But anyway, that's like an addendum to this. But anyway, please be careful out there and get that information to every person who is at risk to let them know not to speak to these people. They have a right not to say certain things. I know videos are going on. I've reposted some of them. You know, please do not speak to people that you don't know. And be careful with the people you do know if they start asking funny questions. Especially questions like, where are you from? How long have you been here? Things like that. Because they're out to get you. That's what they're trying to do. They think somehow they're doing a civic duty, and they're not. They are being a part of a fascist regime, and that's what they're doing. Anyways, guys, that's my TED Talk on the matter for now. If you have any questions, comments, leave them below. I do appreciate it, and yeah, I'll have more videos soon.